Hey everybody, I just want to say welcome. It's October 26th, 2025 in the Philippines, at least right now as I'm recording this. And this is a monumental day. Um, One is my birthday. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Yes, it's my birthday, and I just wanted to record a short video and let people know why this day is so important. This day is important because we are old enough to remember when the ink was still wet in our history books, when we read those famous words, "Show us your papers." And this is what the Gestapo used to say to the Jewish people as they, you know, carried on with their daily activities going around Germany. Show us your papers. And if they didn't like the papers, they would, if you didn't have the proper papers, they would snatch you up and throw you in the brig or jail. Um, they would throw you in concentration camps. And concentration camps, the conditions were so horrible that the rest of the world had to step in and say how unfair it was for people just because they were Jewish or just because they were not liked by Hitler. You know, and it was funny that his mother was Jewish, and the only way you can be fully Jewish is if your mother is Jewish. And for him to be Jewish and for him to say he wanted to do ethnic cleansing and the perfect race was blonde hair, blue eyes, and Hitler had black hair and brown eyes. So that tells you the power of words, the power of speech. And right now, the United States is experiencing something, minute, but along the same lines. Um, they are going through the streets. This ICE, Immigration Customs and Enforcement, and they are asking people, show me your papers, which is your ID. And if they don't like your papers, they don't like your look, they throw you in jail. And many people, once they get in these jails, they cannot be traced. Some people they're sending to foreign countries, countries of their not even their own origin. Um, in this Venezuela jail is supposed to be horrible. The conditions are terrible, and now he wants to send people to an African jail. And exactly what is his angle? If you really want to be a stickler about immigration, um, white people are immigrants to America. So it was okay for um, modern day Irish, Italians, Europeans to come to this land, to come through Ellis Island. It was okay for them, but now all of a sudden that you're settled and that pride, you are against immigrants. Now, yes, there is a process. You do need to come in the country legally. I do agree with that. They are not giving them health care because if you don't have the proper paperwork, you are not getting any health care unless it's an emergency and it's a life or death situation. Then you can receive treatment in the hospital. But if you're just coming for a checkup and you don't have the right papers, no, you could probably pay some under the counter clinic that'll accept you and they will treat you, but you have to pay cash money. You're not going to get insurance coverage. You will not be able to collect welfare if you don't have the proper paperwork. Yes, there are forgeries, but that's just a way of life. There'll always be forgeries. Um, Many of these people are escaping terrible conditions in their life. They are seeking political asylum, and if they are in the middle of that process, you cannot throw them in jail, because that's not um, who we are as Americans. We do have standards, and I have a theory. I do think that ICE, they're the Proud Boys. They lack professionalism in their training, the way they treat people. Um, and why is it they get to wear masks? No other law enforcement um, division wears masks. No agency wears masks. Unless they're conducting a raid, it's SWAT. They don't identify themselves. They just grab people. It's just a matter of time until someone turns around and there's a shootout, and maybe then they'll take heed. But that's why this birthday is kind of important, because I want the young people to um, look in their history books and see how the Jews were treated in Nazi Germany, and then compare that to how immigrants are treated here in America, even though I'm in the Philippines, here in America. Um, we just don't send them to the showers yet, where they're cyanide gas. We're not performing um, bizarre surgeries and scientific experiments on them. Um, but if we don't pay attention, that will be something to come to pass. And there are some Americans that are swept up in this. We really have to be careful. We do have due process, which everybody that comes across the border, they do have their right to be heard and have their day in court. Um, to punish people without due process, you are the Gestapo at that point. Um, this president, we really need to uh, put him in check. And this has nothing to do with a black white issue. He is challenging our Constitution. Once those, if he is able to change the Constitution the way he wants, the only way it will revert back or um, get better is revolution. And I mean uh, revolutionary war, because we will have a king at that gesture, at that intersection, and no kings. This is America. So I really want people to put this president in line. Let him know what the Constitution is. He already demolished part of the people's house. The East Wing, demolished, gone. There is no more East Wing for his gaudy ballroom that's going up. It's 200 million, now it's 250 million. He's suing the government because they investigated him. And guess what? Since he controls the DOJ and he's the president, most likely that check will get written. And that's how the ballroom will be paid for. That we, the people, would have paid for that ballroom, even though he said it's coming out of his own pocket. There are other members in the Senate and Congress that all they need to do is represent the people that elected them and support and enforce the Constitution and stand firm on that. You know, our Constitution is there for a reason, and those that need to be punished shall be punished and will be punished and should be punished. Um, but this is just the Raz. I've made it to 64. Man, that's a mighty long time, but I still have a bit of energy left in me to, hopefully see another 35 more years. Yeah. And I can't believe I made it this far. I remember in high school, you know, Adrian Cal, Reggie Antoine, um, Brian Littlejohn, Jeffrey Hill were all sitting around, you know, seeing who we could see as an old man. Um, Unfortunately, they're not here. It's just me and Brian Littlejohn left. So we're the old men. Congratulations, Brian. Um, and I want to also say thank you to those people that really supported me this past year. My cousin Alicia and Cynthia, and then the coolest brother after high school, uh, Gino Kirkland. That have been there. When I needed them. Um, there's I've been fortunate to have met and been blessed with some great people in my life. All my friends from high school. Wow. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Class of 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, and 83. Those are the ones that I remember the most. And I love you guys. And, I'll continue to pray for your families and your household. And may you continue to be blessed. And may health be good or get better. Because I know we all, well, not we, all of us, but some of us have issues. And, those issues I'll pray over, and that they increase. And I'll pray for continued health for those that are healthy. Um, but I just want to say thank you, and see you in 35 more years. It's funny, my mother thought I should have been an actor. If I'd have been an actor in my 20s, I wouldn't be here today. I'd have been out of control because, I was kept in control because of lack of fame and wealth. But yeah, I wouldn't be here. I would have probably been a Charlie Sheen. God bless him. He is a good man, Charlie Sheen. Um, but maybe now I'll become an actor. I think I'm a little more settled down and I can handle it now. But anyway, love you guys. Thank you very much, and happy birthday.